thousands of hectares of cultivated rice farmlands, which has now become...
I am hydrophobic, but in the line of duty, I had to ferry a canoe to get my story. Hi there, my name is Halima Gayam. I am from Nasarawa State, North Central Nigeria. I am a broadcast journalist for about a decade now. I am the channel television correspondent for the Nasarawa State Bureau. My journalism journey began at the Nasarawa State Broadcasting Service, called NBS. That's the radio and TV arms of the Nasarawa State government. I began in 2013 and left in 2015. Before I left, I was presenting programs both in English and Hausa. I was reading the bulletins, the main bulletins in radio and in TV. I was presenting programs in both Hausa and English. I was a bilingual journalist. In fact, I still am. Everything I know about the job began from there. NBS remains my foundation. In fact, the experience I had there enabled my appointment at Channels Television. I joined the Channels Media brand in 2015, and it's been a terrific journey. There's also been very satisfying, overwhelming, and sometimes discouraging, because you're expected to cover the general bit. Over the years of covering the general bit of sports, security, politics, health, and others, I developed more love for humanized stories, and the interest I have for political stories keeps declining. I can't say why, but it just doesn't work too much for me. I still do it though. Humanized stories for me because it gives me satisfaction. It's easy to connect to such stories and tell them better. I've reported several humanized stories from Nasarawa State, from the young boy whose hand got amputated after being burnt by his stepmother, to the sole survivor of the gas explosion, and many others. I also like development stories, and I've done a couple of them too. I've covered reports under the rain, under the sun. I have gone out very early in the morning, returned late at night. In fact, I still do late nights from work up till now. I have walked over the night. I have traveled to nooks and crannies. I have fallen ill while covering too. I remember one time when we were in a convoy traveling to one of the hinterlands after some skirmishes. It was a tight entourage of the government and security authorities. Then I fell sick. The convoy had to stop to cater for me. I also remember traveling on a motorcycle to and fro for about 12 hours to a community that had challenges and needed to be reported. I came back and I fell sick for 3 days. I am hydrophobic, but in the line of duty, I had to ferry a canoe to get my story. It was indeed an experience. I don't like water, but the story had to be told. It was a wanton flood disaster that hit one of the largest single rice farms in Africa, located in Nasarawa State.
The scarcity of rice looms, especially as the ban on the importation of rice is still on.
In the course of the job, I've met so many people, I've interviewed so many heads of nationals and sub-nationals, and even the richest man in Africa, Aliko Dangote. I've covered one of the biggest book fairs in the world, the Sharjah International Book Fair, organized annually by the Sharjah Emirates of the United Arab Emirates, the UAE. I covered the one after COVID-19 in 2021. It is also indeed an experience, a life-changing experience. I have attended several trainings to build capacity over the years, including some from the prestigious Channels Academy. Some awards are in the bag too for some of the work done. My path to journalism was merely by destiny, I would say, because I studied economics and I found myself here. I recall in 2013, I went out with my sister, and while returning home, I stopped over at the bank. On getting home, I didn't meet her, so I called, and she said she was at NBS. One of our nieces had called to inform about some recruitment at the place, so I asked if I could join, and she obliged. I rushed there, and the first thing I heard was those for radio be on the left and those for TV be on the right. Then I said, no, but this is for mass communication people. And then a man seated behind suggested I give it a try, since I'm already at the premise, and I didn't disagree. I tried it, and look at me now. It's 10 years of my life doing it, and it's all thanks and thanks and thanks Thanks for the growth in so many aspects, growth in my speech, my knowledge, my personality, my confidence, my self-esteem, growth in my network, and so many others. My advice to upcomers is if you want to be a journalist, you just have to gear up for so many adventures, but it will be worthwhile if you stay determined. While there are so many lows, there are also so many highs, but you won't experience the highs if you chicken out from the lows. For my colleagues in the job, let's keep daring. We're on our way there.
Over 20,000 tons of paddy was